You've probably heard by now how a little red wine helps keep your heart healthy. Well, today a Healdsburg family is sharing their heartwarming story on how making wine is helping to make a difference.
Colby came to me. He was about 11 and a half years of age, and he said, Dad, can we make a wine together? And I said, yeah, we can. All right, let's do it. Let's make 2 barrels of wine. And then Colby said, well, do you think it'll be any good? Which I took offense.
Yeah,
like, I've made a lot of great wines in my life.
For well-known Sonoma County winemaker Daryl Groom, making a memorable wine comes easy.
And then he said, do you think we could sell it? And I said, we probably can. Still not knowing where he was going with it. And then he said, do you think we could donate the profits to Heart Research?
But making his most meaningful wine, Colby Red, was far more complex. It started with a rough road for his budding winemaker son and the entire Groom family.
Colby was born with congenital heart disease. So the doctors had told us that sometime in Colby's life that he would have to have open heart surgery. So when Colby was 8, had open heart surgery. Hardest thing for us to do was to tell him that he had to go through that. And soon after we found out that Colby's surgery wasn't a success.
Knowing that your child has to go in for potentially, life-threatening surgery is absolutely devastating as parents. But to have it happen so soon after the first surgery was just heartbreaking for us, but it was absolutely terrifying for Colby.
The thing that we weren't prepared for was after Colby had his 2 open heart surgeries, he was the weakest kid in the class. He was consequently picked on, and he had a pretty rough time afterward. Colby would cry every night that, and in his words, Mum and Dad, I'm on the bottom rung of the ladder and I don't want to live anymore. I don't want to be in this world. I don't like who I am. I don't like my life.
When all hope seemed lost, Colby Groom found new life by listening to his heart.
That's one reason why I'm trying to give back, is I don't want anyone to go through that experience that I went through.
I think we always knew Colby had a broken heart, but we knew it was a big heart. And that was destined to come out, I think. I remember a big turning point was a heart walk for the American Heart Association where Colby got to cut the ribbon, and all of his school friends were sort of in a line just behind him. And I remember talking to him afterwards, and I'll say, Colby, how do you feel now? And he says, Dad, I'm not on the bottom rung of the ladder, I'm on the middle rung, and I'm okay with that.
I went from being I never really had a personality before. I was just a follower. I was just there trying to be cool, to now I'm able to be myself and be fun and love my crazy ideas that I have. And basically it's made me learn that in my life I want to help people more than anything else.
In just a few years, what started out as a child's fantasy turned into a phenomenon.
We started making 2 barrels of wine, and it just kind of took off from there. It's completely amazing and awe-striking what's happened.
The dream was to bottle 50 cases and raise $500 for Heart Research together.
And here we are, just a couple years later, celebrating $500,000 to heart charities and research.
Looking back from where we started, I am completely amazed and surprised, and I never would have thought this to happen in my wildest dreams.
At 16, Colby is still going strong and giving back the greatest gift of all.
Apart from donating the money, Colby's given all of these heart families hope. And he's an inspiration for them and their children. Where we had all our worries about Colby in his youth, now we look at him and realise we haven't got a worry in the world, and we're just going to hang on tight because he's going to take us on a wild ride.
Today we are raising our glass to Colby Red for donating $500,000 to heart charities with a goal of reaching $1 million by 2016. For Oh TV, I'm Monique Soltani.